And next up, for many producers, it's time again to start thinking about recertification for pesticide application. The pandemic forced the cancellation of many in-person training sessions. Now, Nebraska Extension is gearing up for the 2021 pesticide safety training season. Market Journal's Bill Dodd caught up with an Extension Assistant Pesticide Safety Educator to find out what producers need to know.
And there was no control because
the Pesticide Safety Education program's main focus is to ensure quality training for Nebraska's current and prospective applicators. While 2020 proved to be a year like none other, with the onset of the COVID-19 outbreak canceling multiple in-person training events, the Nebraska Department of Agriculture actually offered license extensions to applicators who were unable to recertify due to the pandemic. Currently, Nebraska Extension is preparing for multiple in-person and virtual events to help ensure those producers are able to recertify this year.
Last year, during the when things were kind of shutting down for COVID-19, the Agriculture Department actually issued a license extension that some folks were able to take advantage of. And so what that did was recertified their license on the condition that they take training during this year, since they were unable to do that training last year. And so those folks, we want to remind them that they need to take their training this year to make that license valid. If they don't take that training, then that license is going to be kind of nullified and they'll have to go through the process again. So,
for many prospective applicators out there, getting initial certification may seem daunting. However, Nebraska educators are prepared to give you the instruction you'll need to meet your goals.
It's going to cover a lot of the what we call the core competencies or the general standards for being a safe and effective pesticide applicator. And so it's gonna cover everything from personal protective equipment that you should wear to understanding how to read a label to specific risks that products might pose to groundwater or other plants in the environment or human health. And then on the recertification side, we try and focus more on sort of emerging issues in a particular category of pest control or topics of interest, and also the laws and the regulations that kind of dictate all of this. Those change from time to time too as policies change, and so it's also very important. Those folks are in there every 3 years recertifying to make sure that they're aware of any changes to those laws or regulations. And so that's a big part of it as well.
Series of lines going out.
Many restricted use products require training for application. When applying these restricted use products, there are a number of rules to follow. And these guidelines are typically put in place to ensure your safety, as well as the well-being of the environment.
And so restricted use products require that a person take training and have a pesticide license to purchase and apply those chemicals. Misuse of pesticides can result in acute toxicity, which would be getting sick, vomiting. If you're exposed to a large dose of the pesticide, it can also lead to what they call chronic exposure, which is more long-term health detriments that might show up years or decades later, such as cancers. In terms of the environment, we want to look at protecting the wildlife, non-target plants, trees out in the environment, and also the water supply. Both groundwater and surface water can be negatively affected by pesticides. It's really important because it trains those people how to protect human health, their health, the health of others, as well as the environment from potential harm from using these pesticides.
For those that weren't able to recertify last year due to the pandemic, now is a perfect time to get signed up. For most private applicators, the training session should be enough for certification. For commercial applicators, on the other hand, a scheduled test may be the final step in the certification process.
Every 3 years, if you want to renew that license, you're going to have to attend recertification training. to maintain that license. And recertification on the commercial, non-commercial side doesn't involve retaking exams for most categories. You just sit through the training. Upon completing our training, and it sort of varies by type of license you're going for, but after you've sort of established yourself as a certified applicator, then the Nebraska Department of Agriculture will actually get in touch with you to get your actual license based on that certification. Commercial applicators who are looking to get their license for the first time actually have to pass at least two exams administered by the Agriculture Department. And so getting passing scores on those exams is what's going to certify them to get that license. On the private applicator side, it's a little different. Basically just going through the training is going to give them that certification.
If you are due to recertify this year, now is the perfect time to contact your local extension office and find out more about this year's opportunities for pesticide application certification. Reporting for Market Journal, I'm Bill Dodd.